I shall say one thing. I'm so thankful to the leader of the Museu in Fiesta. Thank you. I got my first colors when I was 7 years old, I think. Hobby painting, hobby colors. Painting by numbers was the name of it. Where we had number of colors, and then you got a finished work. So I broke the laws and began to paint from my own. That was the first time. Actually, I was more interested in music at that time, so I tried to share money so I could get a piano. But my mother wasn't very interested in that field, so I didn't get that piano, so then I began to paint more and more. I was also writing a lot, but more and more I began to paint. But the point here is always that I always wanted to tell a story, not to paint a painting, but tell a story in a painting. So it was what you call highly narrative in the way it was done. And that has been also my weakness, because I have always felt that I had a hurry, because there is so many stories I wanted to tell. I have so many sketches to so many stories, and I have to pick up the stories one after one. If I need one story or these stories, I have a story back with a lot of sketches. So they are staying in line waiting for me, and it takes a long time to create that story, because my idols are quite brave in some ways, because I want to compete with the old masters. I like that competing situation, because I have to be sharp and try to be as sharp as I can. So I have stopped reading. I don't use telephones. I'm just concentrated on being as clever as I can. When you are in an empiric situation, as I, because there are now places to learn these things, so I has done a lot of faults. Technically, a lot of faults, because it's so easy to fall into charming technical things that is deadly fearful. So in the time when painting was everything for people, as the film is now, painting, the method or the painting technique was something heritage. So Rembrandt got a lot of wisdom through the tradition. So a lot of things are forgotten, and somebody has guessed that it was so and so, and maybe that was wrong. And I know that some of these theories, what they did, is wrong, absolutely wrong. So I have gone through a lot of failures, but after all now, I feel in some ways that I have perhaps a better grip on it now than I had before. Yeah. I like the students because sometimes they can be cleverer than me, so I can learn from them. Because when you get older, you lose contact with the valeurs, these fine, sensitive valeurs. Okay. And then you can win it back through the young people. You see, I can get sort of blood transfusion from the young people, that's like raccoon, you see.
I do think we have reached our goal. I am so incredibly proud to see the students' work upstairs, and also this first floor. It's amazing to see all these paintings. Of course, it's up on the wall. It's been very emotional. I've followed Odd since I was very young. The students next to him on the second floor, I do think we have reached a very nice goal, yes.
And I have to thank you. You have
You're
been
welcome.
a wonderful companion.
So
and
are
you
you.
have been very, very nice with me.
So have you.
Thank you.
My name is Luke Hillstead, and this is Michelle. And this is my painting called The Recovery. And we're here at the Nerdrum retrospective, where he has about 37 paintings, and there are about 9 students, and we each have 2 paintings in this show. I met Odd Nerdrum in 2008. I had seen his painting in Minneapolis, is where we both live. So Michelle and I went to Norway in 2008 and met Odd first there at that time. Studying with Odd is a bit like osmosis. In other words, it isn't like a classroom where you learn specific principles or something. It's a whole way of living and working together with someone who's doing it every day.
When you don't know what to improve, then I think your limit as a painter,
Well,
you have come
then,
to your limit.
Yes, but then you have a year in front of you, and after a year you can see something that you didn't see for a year ago.
I know.
So it is a hopeless problem. So I would say that don't invite me home if I have a picture there, because then I would immediately begin to change it.
Will you take it back with you?
I would take painting materials with me so I could fix up the wrong things.
Las dos obras que presento en la exposición de Nerdrum son dos obras que forman parte de una serie titulada Reinas de la Noche y vienen a representar un poquito el mundo nocturno, un mundo fantasmagórico donde aparecen luces que son postizas, son unos cuadros que esconden un mensaje muy claro, pero tienes que descubrirlo poco a poco y se entiende en base a toda la serie. He querido formar parte de esta exposición con esta obra más mística para hacer un poco honor a su causa filosófica. Para mí la experiencia de estar con Nerdrum fue una experiencia que significó mucho. Ahora hará ya unos 4 años que estuve en su taller de Noruega y fue una de las mejores experiencias que he tenido en mi vida. Por su generosidad, por el hecho de poderle ver en directo pintar y que él te hiciera partícipe un poco de sus debates y de sus temas en base a conversaciones en torno al arte, en torno a técnica.
20 years, perhaps 10 years, perhaps 1 year, perhaps 2 months. Because it's my conscience that tells me that no, I have to stop. And even when I say I shall stop, I shouldn't say that I'm stopping. So it's, I would say it another way, if you want to earn money, this is not a job. You see, it's very hard.
My name is Per Lundgren. I'm Norwegian. I started to paint with Odd Nerdrum in Oslo 1982. This show here in MEAM, I have 2 pieces. It's one portrait and one landscape, kind of symbolic landscape. So it brings your imagination to the story. More to say? No. I also giving the book, the Nerdrum School, a major text that brings us back in time to the 1980s, where Odd was in the very beginning of his experience with the United States.
I can't answer, it's so secondary. I even really don't know how it is done, because it's done for me by other people. Money is just like a little schoolboy, not too many. I have some few, and I have a good relation to them, I think. I'm helping them and they are helping me, and it's a sort of dialogue in that way. So that's what I can say about it. Andrew White, I knew him, but that was more like a friendship, which just like, I can't explain. I don't think we talked very much about technical things. We were just friends as always, and he was very, very kind.
My name is Jan Patrick, and I'm from Sweden, a Swedish artist, painter, in the, I would say, the classic style, naturalistic style. And it's also very important for me to say that I'm a painter who paints from life only, so I don't use photographs. I think that is quite important these days, because it's very, I think the most common thing is to paint from photographs, actually. He accepted me, and then I studied there for about half a year, I think. And this was in 95, 96. And I learned a really lot. Composition and how a lot of technical stuff of how to use a model, because he didn't either use photos. He paints from live model. That was very learnful to see, and also a big inspiration that this is possible to do actually today, to paint like this and be an artist in this way.
You know, you asked me about artist. You said I was an artist. But that's not right, because an artist is respected from the society of the art, the state. And therefore I'm not an artist, because then I would have been respected from the state, from the department, from the government, and I'm not respected. So therefore I call myself a Kitsch painter, because then I am what I really are in the society. So I don't have to play with false cards. So I haven't really felt that I was an artist, even when I was an artist. But I haven't felt any time that I was an artist, because my desire goes through the bloodstream and not to social welfare or social contacts in that way.
This is what Odd just mentioned is a very important theme, I think, to see these two separate things. What is a painter and what is an artist? And I think Nerdrum and the people that are narrative figurative, they are painters, not artists.
I would say it another way. A painter or a Kitsch painter has to have a great talent. An artist has to have great friends.
Yes.
But like this with painting, I mean, a carpenter uses a hammer, but it is not the hammer that makes him a carpenter. It's the way he uses the hammer. And you know, if a man took a hammer and beat someone up with it, he's not a carpenter. So it's a point of what you use the hammer for, and both an artist and a painter can use the painting as a medium. But the difference is, with my father, the virtue is in the painting. So the medium he's using as a virtuous tool to create stories. But if he was an artist, he would use it to explain perhaps why something is wrong, or perhaps he would mock the brushes or painting. He would not use it as a virtuous tool.
My name is Jan Overtuv, and I studied with Odd Nerdrum from 1996 to 2002. And I think the most important thing I learned is that a picture should tell a story. It should not just be a painting, a portrait, but it should somehow tell a story. And what is special about studying with Odd Nerdrum is that it's learning by doing. It's not a school. It's you are in the actual workshop situation, as there would be in the Baroque or the Renaissance.
Well, I have so little time. You see, you have a life, and you have to use the life in the right direction. If I should roaming around I don't think I'm very for that, because I have a language and I want to make something out of that language. Life is too short to have several different languages. I care in one way. I care when I feel that I have reached something, I can breath out. But mostly I get very embarrassed and it's very difficult to trust in what people really say. Mostly the siren, the people's mind is very, very silent. So if they say, what a wonderful picture, oh, what a fantastic. I don't think it goes so deep. But if they are totally silent and say to me, how much? How much? And I think we are closer to an admiration.
Thank you.